Hey guys, my name is James and welcome to another episode of Battle Report. Battle Report is a series that I've created which focuses around problems and or topics related to Battlefield 4. Just a heads up guys, please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this episode and please leave an idea for the next video. Ranking from 1 to 5, what is my favourite DLC in Battlefield 4? Let's start off with number 5. China Rising was the first DLC that was introduced to Battlefield 4. Overall, it felt rushed, and it looked like it lacked the aesthetic appearance that the vanilla maps had given us. I enjoyed how China Rising was focused around vehicular combat over infantry combat. This was fun, but quite often I found that due to the lack of cover on most of the maps, I was being hit by RPGs left, right and centre. The most disappointing part of all, however, was the lack of Levolution. Yeah, that's right, the biggest selling point of Battlefield 4. Virtually no Levolution events occurred in China Rising, which came as a huge disappointment to the whole community. But don't get me wrong, aside from the mediocre maps, China Rising also gave us 5 pretty decent weapons, my favourite being the L96A1, or as it's known now, the L115. Overall, I'm still not a big fan of the China Rising DLC. The maps felt unfinished and they lacked the appearance and enjoyability that the vanilla maps had given us. Coming in at number 4, we have Naval Strike. Naval Strike delivered extremely well in the naval combat category, which was kind of obvious given the name of the DLC. Unfortunately, just like China Rising, Naval Strike completely forgot about the infantry players. Maps like Operation Mortar and Counter Strike had very little cover, giving the vehicles a huge advantage over infantry. But don't get me wrong, it also brought in 5 new weapons and a new game mode called Carrier Assault, which was pretty awesome. Let's just forget for now that it also introduced one of the weaker, if not the worst guns in the game, the SR-338. As beautiful as this DLC was, it was unable to provide the close quarter styled maps that everyone had been eagerly awaiting, leaving both myself and the Battlefield community disappointed. Blasting its way in at number 3 is Final Stand. Being the final DLC, as its name suggests, Final Stand was anticipated to be one of the best DLCs. Aesthetically, I couldn't agree more. It is so obvious that the developers at DICE put a ton of effort into it. However, the major drawback was that the maps were too big and they got boring and dull very fast. My favourite part about Final Stand was the ending to the Phantom program. Unlocking the Phantom bow was so rewarding, even though it was not the best weapon, I was still very happy when I unlocked it. I had to say the whole futuristic part of it was pretty cool. The Rorschach Mark 11 was an awesome addition, and the hover tanks were badass. But for some people, it just didn't fit into the game, which led to large amounts of unpopulated servers and not much attention from the community. Sliding in at number 2 is the nostalgia-packed Second Assault. This DLC brought back so many memories from my Battlefield 3 days, which in my opinion were the best. Caspian Border, Operation Metro, and even Gulf of Oman were awesome maps, but both myself and the Battlefield community were upset that they chose Operation Firestorm over fan favourites like Grand Bazaar and Sign Crossing. Just like the other DLCs, Second Assault brought in 5 new weapons, the M60E4 being my favourite, and a new game mode, Capture the Flag, which in my opinion is actually quite a fun game mode. The DLC overall was really enjoyable. I find myself leaning towards it more than any other DLC, as it feels like it never gets old. Coming in at number 1, we have Dragon's Teeth. Dragon's Teeth was dubbed an infantry-centric DLC, which was exactly what we got. This compensated for the lack of infantry-focused maps that the other DLCs at that point had given us. Not only did they give us 5 awesome new weapons, but the new game mode Chainlink suited the new maps extremely well. Dragon's Teeth in my opinion was the redeeming DLC that Battlefield 4 needed. Wherever I go, I never hear bad things about Dragon's Teeth, probably because there is nothing to complain about. The challenges that I had to complete to unlock the 5 weapons were some of the most enjoyable, iconic, and rewarding in the game. But what do you think? I know for a fact that this is just my opinion, and I'm sure that you all think differently. I hope you all enjoyed. Please leave some suggestions for the next video. My name is James, and thank you for watching.
Baby sweat, baby sex is a Texas drought. Me and you do the kind of stuff that only Prince would sing about. So put your hands down my pants, and I'll bet you'll feel nuts. Yes, I'm Cisco, yes, I'm Ebert, and you're getting 2 thumbs up. You've